I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la.
Hey guys, welcome back to the C&J Show, and I got my favorite gin and juice here and my sister Neek, and we hope that you guys are having a good day today. And let's get on with this topic. Kanye West, he just can't stop. Won't stop, can't quit. What now?
So basically, he got dropped from a lot of deals and labels this week. His deal with Adidas Yeezy, they dropped them from Adidas. They dropped them from The Gap.
On a highway in Los Angeles, drivers were greeted with this anti-Semitic banner over the weekend, following a recent string of hateful comments from rapper Kanye West, who is now known as Ye. Today, his talent agency CAA confirmed it is no longer representing West. Several other companies recently cut ties as well, while pressure is mounting on Adidas, home to the rapper's Yeezy brand, to do the same.
The thing about it being Adidas is like, I could literally say anti-Semitic and they can't drop me.
The company says their partnership is under review but has not responded to requests for further comment. Just this afternoon, his ex-wife, Kim Kardashian, tweeting, "Hate speech is never okay or excusable. I stand together with the Jewish community and call on the terrible violence and hateful rhetoric towards them to come to an immediate end." West is one of the most successful pop artists of all time, but most recently it has been his controversial behavior getting attention, wearing a White Lives Matter t-shirt, followed by anti-Semitic posts and interviews spreading conspiracy theories about Jewish control over the media and government. Hateful rhetoric now being echoed by a celebrity with tens of millions of followers. Both Twitter and Instagram have restricted his accounts and deleted posts, but the Anti-Defamation League believes West's comments may be emboldening hate groups. Anti-Semitic incidents in the U.S. reached an all-time high last year.
What happens to a hate group's message when Kanye West is out there bolstering it?
Kanye West has given license to extremists across the board to evangelize their anti-Semitism. He's created a kind of window of opportunity, and they're flooding in.
The billionaire rapper's comments are protected by the Constitution. But as Kanye West doubles down on hate, it's his business and his brand taking the hit.
So just everybody, just basically cut ties with him after the comment, the anti-Semitic comment that he made, about Jewish people.
But what, for the ones that don't know exactly what he said about the Jewish people, he was saying what? What was it?
Only thing as far as what I can remember him saying is basically they are using black people for, I guess for their own benefit, their own financial gain. And they take, from like the culture, and they like basically what he said was you will never see a Jewish rapper go to a black label versus, black rappers going to all of the Jewish labels and they getting paid so much money from you. So he like, they want to take advantage of you, this, that, and the third. So basically they said they took it as him being, using it as a hate crime or hateful, comments or whatever towards the Jewish community.
I hope that we can stand up for him. I know that, listen guys, I know Kanye West says a lot, and a lot of stuff he say he don't be meaning. Like I just said, he do and don't be meaning some of this stuff. Now, if you do look into it, because the Jewish community is so strong, okay? Mm-hmm. And I want to say, I'm not trying to say, what I'm saying is their traditions are so strong. They believe in a lot of their own religions to be certain things. And when you believe in certain stuff, you're not going to go outside of that box. So with them being inward, they don't hate people or anything like that. But a lot of business that they do, they love to keep it inward. Okay, and people come to them like, okay, they can benefit off of them. Mm-hmm. But that is how they tend to do things. I'm just trying to see, why would that have for people to just like drop him temporarily, because all this dropping stuff that people be doing, it just be temporarily so that we don't be getting our pennies in a bunch.
I know. I think that they meant that because a lot of people are Jewish. The people he did the disrespectful things to are what they felt was disrespect. But my only problem is, I feel like he said more hurtful things to the black community, and people still supported him. Basically, like the White Lives Matter. Nobody cut ties with him. We had these T-shirts that said White Lives Matter.
The big companies that cut ties with him when the Jewish, because a lot of the whites was white.
Yeah, so they White Lives Matter. Nobody said that. He did a whole basically modeling thing. What they call walk. What is it called? Runway thing with that. He said George Floyd. The police didn't kill George Floyd. He had fentanyl in his system. He said 400 years of slavery was a choice. To me, that was a choice. So basically, if you were a slave for that long, then you chose to do that. You wanted to be whooped and your wife be raped and things of that nature. Like
they had that choice.
So I feel like these big companies, whoever, I don't know who's behind them. But I feel like if everybody was to pay attention, you go and buying all these Balenciaga, this, that, and the third. I feel like that in itself, if regardless of what he said and whether you believe what he said and whatever it is, I feel like that should wake a lot of us up more so than whatever it is. Like, you know what I mean?
Why I can't wake a lot of us up? Because I just was telling my kids, listen, they say if you want to put something in secrecy or whatever, hide it, put it in a book, because black people don't got the time to read it or to pay attention. So I try to tell my kids every once in a while, listen, make yourself knowledgeable about things that matter. I understand that we doing our YouTube things, and maybe what we gotta say ain't as important than going looking at the shorts and the TikToks and the pranks and the fun things. But you should be knowing about what's going on in your own community and inside of the world, because to be honest with you, if we have people like Kanye West that's gonna talk but don't know when to talk, because what didn't happen is this: we had people that was talking like him that could have freedom of speech, because it ain't no freedom of speech anymore. That is taken away. And so now we have the people, like we said, with the rich people. They now is deciding, you know what? I know if I say that, we got a tour tomorrow. We ain't gonna be either in our tour. We're not gonna have a branding deal. They're gonna suspend it because they gotta show people improve. And now this is what's going on. But like we said, and like I was saying in the beginning, in their tradition of how big and strong it is, they're united and they stand for what their tradition is. So they can get together and inform, okay, that's what he just said. Let's show them. This is what, because we care about what you say about us. We ain't letting that slide. See, the difference is when it comes down to some of us black people, is who mouth it came out of. Kanye just talk about everything to the point where so many people like him, and then so many people don't. And I think the people that work with him only like him because they know that a lot of black people don't want to deal with him. And there's more white people actually dealing with him. And heck, Jews and Spanish, Italians, and everybody else is dealing with him. I mean, yeah, the blacks is going to buy his shoes, but the rest really deal with them because he know that they're going to stand up and say things about the black people that other people can't say out their mouth. And that is the God-given truth.
Yeah, he they use him to say whatever it is that they want to say but can't say it.
Yeah. And it works. It works both ways.
So, Jen, what do you feel about it? Do you feel like he should have lost all of those deals when he said the comment that he made about Jewish people?
I ain't never seen everybody lose that many deals. That was like 12.
He should have, to be honest with you, because I don't think that he said anything to incite some type of violence against Jews, or, you know what I mean? I feel like he was stating facts in terms of it is for a large portion of the music industry, you know, those people that are profiting from it. Maybe of course they didn't like what he said, so they dropped him and they said that it was anti-Semitic. I would love for somebody that's Jewish. If you're Jewish, I want you to comment. Go down in the comments and let us know what part of what he said was the really offensive part, because maybe I don't understand it because I'm not Jewish. And I don't want to be ignorant in that whole area. but I didn't see what he said that was, because I would think something that would be anti-Jewish would be, okay, Jewish people are dirty, Jewish people are nasty,
Are they always claiming that they
kill
be
all Jews, or
rabbis
something
but sleeping with the
right,
girls and the boys and
something,
stuff?
you know what I'm saying, like something like that, like that.
And
would,
we don't believe that either.
that would
but-
no, I'm just giving examples, but something that would, him encouraging people to be violent against Jews and things like that. That's what I would think that was. But him saying, okay, these are the people that are largely profiting off of black, musicians.
Yeah, black artistry in general.
Well,
he said.
the problem would be is because in a way it's like it's a wake up sense. You kind of did just you could take their money if, if the black community did wake up and see like, well, wait, hold up. This is who we have to go to get things from, and this is who's doing it versus this is who we can't go to this person, but we can't even say that because if their business is that strong and they're investing that well, and then that's just what they're doing, and if that's who we got to go, that's what it is. But majority of the times it is, you do got to go to, they do be having the ones that have that stuff.
They do have them, but I feel like they understand business. Not even just Jewish people who I feel like a lot of times with a lot of the you get signed to somebody black, and I feel like they've done much better. I feel like the black producers and the black people.
But not to cut you. You see what you just said. So you think that's what it is? Maybe that's why they got offensive, because they feel like they went and they maybe know how to manage their money better. They know the business well, and they don't mind if a black person or white person knock at their door and they have to help them.
No, but I feel like
the way.
What he said is true, right? Majority of people do go to, these Jewish companies and things of that nature, but because you're gonna they more than likely gonna give them a better deal because they're looking at a percentage, right? These people a lot of times walk out of the door, say, a $10 million deal, $6 million deal, and they get it to where we're not gonna take all of your tour money. Your tour money is for you and you alone, where a lot of times, a lot of these other producers, a lot of the times, even much with DJ Khaled, he tried to do that and sign people this and that. Ace Hood has never been heard from ever again. You get what I'm saying? And it's like...
But he didn't help him either.
No, that's what I'm saying. He didn't help. It was just like, okay, I'm going to sign you and then that's it. Boosie signed Coleon from down here, from where we live at. Nothing ever happened with that. I think a lot of times you go to these people who you think have the money and, they don't do nothing really with you. They just sign you, The same thing Jermaine Dupri did that with the singer girl, Dondria. You sign her and nothing ever happens with it.
And she can sing.
And so it's just kind of like, you get these people, you don't know what to do with them. You just want to sign them. But there's nothing, no money in place. There's no plan.
So then if it's, in other words, it won't be in so much as in a business way. It's, I'm bringing you on, but I don't have the money in the pocket money to produce you, to promote you like that.
People love to say, oh, the culture, they say the culture, but the culture got to get together, like even much with Kanye. Be fair, get together, be responsible to where the people can be under your label and not get it stripped away from them when, you're doing bad business and, people don't want to work with you and it's hard to work with you or whatever. Get people, signed under you and be fair where they can eat and their family can eat. They can take care of their family and their kids and things like that. Same thing with Diddy. You got people who saying that he still owe them money. I don't know how true that is.
You
but
do.
It's just, I don't know. I just feel like it's been like a lot of bad business with a lot of the
and guys too, I know y'all may not didn't probably even whether you catched on to it or not, but certain things is, if you do sit down and look, we even just educated our own selves. Well, I'm listening to you and Gin and Juice and thinking like, well, wow, I ain't even look at it that way. Kanye West, you had a company with the choir. And you didn't pay none of them. And then like what you were saying with the guys that signing these people on, you sign them on, but then you tell them that they get very happy and exciting. But you already know too that if you do not promote them and go to this radio station and to that place, put this billboard up, and you're not saying nothing and you're not paying the way, it's not going to hold no water. Ain't nobody going to just... Where else do it go? I mean, like how you said with Ace Hood, he was a pretty good rapper. But it just went from there. So in a sense, it would be business management and actually having some type of brain cells to extend it, to understand it, because Boosie just said Tell me how does it work? If you look at one of his shorts, say, tell me how does it work? How could your numbers be? You just went on a tour making 150,000 to this, but then they tell you that you just got $1,500 for something or 15K, but this man and how that people know him is differently. So basically, it's saying how do they play around with your numbers? He's like, that's why I don't like label companies. So I'm thinking what he's saying in a sense was probably because he said they was doing something. Do you think also it could be the more money you have, a company that's interested, they can do more things for you versus the company that said we bringing you on, we gonna make this one song a hit, then you come out with a second song, you may have to do that for yourself.
Nah, I don't really know what their problem is, to be honest. I feel like if you see somebody and you think, because, you know, like back in the day, you get somebody, you sign them, you give them a certain amount of money, you take them on, you, like you said, you paved the way, whatever. And, you know, you give them the opportunity to go and they create a bigger fan base by going from city to city, state to state, doing concerts, doing tours, things of that nature. Of course, Instagram helps out a lot. But I don't know, just in my opinion, I understand what he was saying, but I also understand the reason why the business is the way that it is. Long story short. Like, Jen, do you understand the reason why the business is the way that it is as far as like why majority of black people go to Jewish producers and things like that to get their labels versus...
Yeah, I think it's the same reason why a lot of black football stars go to predominantly white institutions, because they have a better football program, so their chances of getting in the NFL is higher. You do have HBCUs, but their football program isn't the same, or they don't have enough funds to take that pro, you know, that boy who's guaranteed to go to the NFL, or maybe the one that isn't guaranteed to go to the NFL, give him the extra push to get there. So I think that's the same thing. You gotta go where the money is, to be honest. The people that can really propel you and take you to the next level. So I don't think there's really a choice right now. I think it is so much.
Well, Jen, do you know any of the Jewish labels so that we can also put them up? And we can just
I don't know any of them. I think it's all of them that...
It's another name. It's all under names.
It's all
and stuff.
under names and stuff. And it may be stuff that we already know. We just never know the owners. We never see the faces.
And they know how to do it in a way, too.
Where they never show their face.
They don't show their face. Then they put it out there like it's you know, it could be something called whatever music or... you know, Def Jam. You know, I'm not saying Def Jam, obviously, but they can call it that and put it like it's some kind of cool black young name. Meanwhile, it's ran by, you know, a Jewish label. You get what I mean? Because whatever, you get what I mean? But
I think that's just, you know, because we won't be liking to rush things. But if, guys, listen, there's so many people that is doing things now. They looking for YouTube to make them come up, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all the rest of the good stuff. Now, we was just having a good, grown and sexy conversation. I didn't even realize that it was going to go that far into that, which is something so simple, but it's something that's very important.